Good morning and welcome back to Farm Wife Life. This was a Saturday morning where Alex was actually home for a couple hours. I thought I would take advantage of having him home to keep an eye on the girls so I could get some more canning done. And as you can see here, I am prepping the tomatoes to start making more salsa. I'm sure I would have been able to handle doing some canning on my own with the girls, but when you have a 2.5-year-old and an 8-month-old baby, things can get chaotic pretty fast. And when I'm canning, I don't need those type of distractions. I just want to make sure that someone's keeping an eye on the girls when I'm a little distracted here. Although I love sharing recipes, I just feel like I can't get my salsa recipe just right yet. So I'm not even going to tell you what I put in this recipe because, to be honest, this was my first batch of the year, and I mean, although I've been trying different salsas for a few years, this one definitely wasn't at the top of my list. One of these days I'm going to find the perfect recipe and then I'll share it with you guys. Okay, so I showed you this morning how I started out my morning making my first batch of salsa for the summer, which is always super exciting for me because that's my favorite. It is, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's 9:30 at night finally. I'm finally going to get around to freezing some green beans. So let me show you how I start my morning with some canning and end my evening with some green beans. So, fun fact about Lisa, I actually really hate doing green beans. I don't mind growing them, it's the whole processing of them. Now this year we're actually super busy. Like I said, we have a toddler and a baby. Alex is in the field. I didn't plant that big of a garden because I just knew I wasn't going to have a whole lot of time for gardening this year. So this year I'm actually just going to freeze my green beans. Normally I would can them, but like I said, time is getting away from me, so I am just going to do whatever as fast as possible. And like I said, I hate green beans. I feel like they take forever. You guys, what was I thinking? Why did I not start this process with coffee? So normally my parents will help out in my garden and my mom will help me with the food preservation. Another fun fact about Lisa, I'm pretty sure I drive my mother crazy when we do green beans. In the last clip you saw, I was washing the green beans and all I was doing was snapping off the ends. I then go back and re-wash them again. This time I'm going to look at them more closely to make sure that there's no dirt or leaves or anything left on them and snap them to the size that I like. This is the part that drives my mom crazy, and honestly it drives me crazy too, but let's be honest, when you're canning your green beans, anything that's pressure canned, I just feel like why not be extra safe and take the time to look over your food and do it the right way. Do you ever have those times where you feel like work just never ends? It is a quarter after 10. I just remembered I have my garlic curing outside, and there's chances of rain. Should probably go bring those inside, huh? Once we're done with the beans, that is. Darn it. So when it comes to blanching green beans, these just need to be blanched for 3 minutes. Hey.
Hey,
Turned it on
I see that.
you. How does it feel?
Finished another one. We got about 330 acres to go out of the. I think we started with around 1,100 a week.
Is this one doing better yet?
This one is, yes. I honestly don't know why, other than variety.
What is it averaging?
So far this one, I would guess we haven't actually put any trucks across the scale at the elevator yet, but from what we filled, I would assume 41, 42 bushel, where the last ones have been in the 20s and 30s.
That's better.
Yeah.
Not what it should be.
No, still, I guess about 2/3 of our APH, so.
Lovely.
But I don't know, the other side might not be quite as good because it's there's a coulee that splits this quarter. So it goes from really heavy on the side that we're on, really heavy land that holds the moisture better, to lighter land as you go across. So being we're lacking moisture all year, probably will get worse as we go across, I would guess. I've come to the conclusion that this variety just must do better in drought-stricken years, because the other field of ours that of my brother and I's that we left because it was too wet, that was running better than anything else we'd come, and so far is also this variety. So keep a little bit of it in the bin for seed, and if make sure you clean it obviously before you plant it, and if we're dry going into next year and we see it any wheat, probably be this variety. Yeah, but chance of rain Monday, just about all day. So it'll probably be a long day tomorrow. We'll probably start fairly early, go fairly late. And
So where are you putting the grain? Because the
elevator will be open tomorrow.
it is open tomorrow.
Yeah, they open at noon tomorrow.
Hmm.
So might have to dump a truck or two in the yard just to get started before noon because we'll be, if we do a full day tomorrow, we'll probably only have about 80 acres left. And then by Monday morning, if it hasn't rained by Monday morning, we might be able to finish it before we get any rain then.
Isn't that just the way? No rain all summer long. Harvest comes.
Rain time. Though it is helping the soybeans and the corn, so I will take Mother Nature, go ahead and let her rain.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do with my second batch that I'm going to go out and pick in the garden, I'm going to do the exact same process. I'm going to blanch all of my beans for 3 minutes, put them in the freezer just like this, and then I'm going to use my vacuum sealer to do the second batch of the beans. The only reason why I do that is these ones I'm going to get to fast enough that they're not going to get bad in the freezer. But the second batch, if I do the freezer bags, or the vacuum sealer bags, they're gonna stay fresher a lot longer in the deep freeze. And then the reason why I freeze my beans like this, when you use a vacuum sealer, this just might be mine because mine is a few years older, it pulls out the moisture when it's sucking the air out, and I can never get a good seal if these have any sort of moisture in them whatsoever. So when I freeze them, they vacuum seal perfectly every time. So I am going to get putting these in the bag, and then I'm done. That's all it takes. Thanks for coming along, guys. Follow along with the journey.